Hey Mallory. Yeah, what's up? What if I told you that there's a way that you can seed carrots that eliminate thinning altogether? Really? Yeah, well, do you want to know what it is? Duh. So it's no secret here at Quebec Homestead that I have a really good soil for carrots. I've been amending it very well, prepping it. On my previous video that I did, that I showed you my favorite garden tool, you have the broad fork right in back of me. That's how I decompact my soil to prep for carrots. And so I have been doing carrots successfully here for the past 3 years, and this is the method that I have been using. So I'm just gonna go ahead and show you what I did a few days ago in this parcel right here, and then we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna show you what this method is. So stay tuned till the end. There's gonna be a lot of information. You don't wanna miss it. So for these carrots, I'm just gonna go along the whole row, and then I already amended these soils, so I'm very lucky here. What was here before was grass, and I flipped the sod over and it decompacted with the years, and so that created fertilizer for my plants for a very long time. And this year was the first year in 3 years that I amended with some horse manure. So this is what a 3rd year no-till garden looks like, and you can go look at this. I'm literally putting my arm in, and I could dig in there as far as it will let me go, like all the way to here. See? So this is what you're looking for if you want to have really good carrots, and just packed with earthworms. I'm going to continue my bed, and we'll be back when I start raking it. Now I'm just about ready to get the spacings done. So I don't generally care about spacings, but for carrots, it's one thing that I'm really picky about, because you know, coming with a no-till garden, it doesn't mean that you don't have weeds, especially when you use hay as your mulch. So this is an old tool that I found laying around, and it's just a regular rake, I guess, but I'm using it as a spacer. And what I use to weed my carrots is this here. And what I want to make sure is that it fits through the spaces that I'm going to seed my carrots. So this one does, and I just love this weeder because you can just, you're like, oh, my carrots have a little bit of weeds, okay. I'm just gonna come through and blah, 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 blah. There you go. It's all done. That's what I love about it. So, I got everything pretty much leveled, and I'm ready to start my spacings. I'm gonna go with 5 rows because my rake has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pins on it. I'm gonna put it in there. De bien marqué dans la planche. I'm going to be seeding out carrots 2 times this year, and I'm going to wait to seed out my winter storage carrots because it's a little early. I'm seeding in the ones that I'm going to be eating throughout the whole summer today, which we are the 15th of May. And I'm going to I always seed these. They are Napoli, and they are a hybrid variety that I got from Johnny's. And see, these are the ones that I got in the garden this spring that I'm going to plant out probably end of June, maybe beginning of July. I've noticed that when the ones that you leave in the garden, if you plant them too early, they will rot. So you don't want that. So I have one of here that's like 55 days, one here that's 65 to 80 days. So I'm just going with these 3 today. All right, now I'm going to tell you my secret to seeding carrots with your hands and limiting your thinning of the carrots throughout the season. So first off, I have to go get some sand. So I'm going to go ahead and plant a row of these early Napoli carrots, and I'm going to mix in some sand with it. I'm going to go about 50-50. Alright, so do you see that? I'm not sure if you see that, but this is what it looks like. There's a nice mix of seeds. These ones are sort of coated from Johnny's, and sand. So I'm gonna go ahead and sprinkle these inside my trenches. And that's how I seed my carrots. This trick was given to me from a farmer that I went to visit his farm. And I was really looking into starting a business for storage carrots here. And I decided not to go through with it because I just had so much work to do on the farm, and I would have had to transform my garage and have like a whole bunch of storage compartments and fridges in there, and I just decided to start slow and, you know, just go from there. I'm pretty dang lucky because I think it's gonna rain. For you guys that know, if you guys have been gardening for a while, carrots are really hard to grow in the sense that you have to water them all the time. And for you guys that are really busy and out working, you don't have time to come water the garden and keep it humid every three times a day. And so this method, all right, this is, I know it looks really weird. I can make several dirty jokes on this, but it is cornstarch. It is a gel that I have created in the kitchen. So I'm gonna go to the kitchen real quick and I'm gonna show you how to make it and why I make it. I have been soaking these carrot seeds for just about 2 days, and they are starting to sprout in here. And this is time for me to start this cornstarch mixture. And what this gel that I'm creating now is going to create is a spacing, natural spacing and humidity for your carrots to germinate almost 100% with a perfect spacing to eliminate thinning altogether. So the mixture is 1 cup of water for 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. You want to mix that in. You want to bring it to a nice heat, medium heat, and stir it in to make a nice gel. And then you're going to let it cool completely. I always start by mixing my cornstarch first, and then I dump it into my pot. And for this recipe, I actually did the recipe times 4. So I have 4 cups of water in here. It ended up being too much for 1 pack. So I figured probably for 1 pack, it's 2 cups of water. And so I just put it on medium heat and I waited until it became the right texture. And you don't want it to boil. You just want it to become nice and smooth, just like this, like a gel. And then you want to make sure that you cool it down completely, because if you put your seeds in hot mix, it'll kill your seeds. So now that we have our seeds, I'm just gonna dunk a little bit of water out of here. And you want to be really gentle at this point because these seeds are very, very, very fragile. They germinated. I'm going to mix these seeds inside the mixture that I have here. A little bit of seeds goes a very long way. And you want to mix them in. So you see what it does here? You see the seeds? Alright, so they are going to be I'm going to make sure that they all go to the bottom of the bag as much as I can. These ones are the Tender Sweet Long Hybrid. They take about 75 days to grow. So you guys saw that the way that I prepped the soil is going to be the same way as the other one, except for this time what we're going to come do is in my rows we're going to cut a little corner of this bag. It's going to act like a pastry bag, like the, you know, like little creaming and stuff. And you're going to come right in those same rows that I prepared and get this in here. Now if you waited too long for these carrots to sprout inside, you want to be very gentle with them because they're really fragile. But I decided as soon as I saw a little bit of things sprouting in here, I went out and I just grabbed them to go plant, especially now it's supposed to rain tonight, so it's gonna be perfect. All right, Here goes nothing. Oh, I see the seeds going in there. That's nice. So what this gelatin does, it's gonna retain the moisture in your garden bed, and it's gonna keep your seeds moist, which is crucial and essential when you're growing carrots, especially when it starts getting hot and you have a dry season like mine, and you don't want to be out here watering all the time. It'll really give you a good boost. I see from the dilution that I did with my gel that I might have a little bit of thinning, but not hardly as much as if I just seeded them directly in the garden. So we're gonna see the difference between this method and the method that I did with diluting with sand, and I will keep you posted on the results. So stay tuned for that one. Talk to you guys soon.